There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The entrance to another day in the shop video. Sorry, I got a little close there. I don't mean to frighten anybody. It's a little bit of a struggle sometimes getting the door chock. It gets windy sometimes, and that door goes wham and closes and really startles me. And I get scared easy, so I don't like that. We are about to spend a day in the shop fixing cars, cleaning workbenches, filled with adventure, catastrophe, drama, intrigue. Maybe learn something, maybe fix a car or two here, have some fun. Almost anything's possible on this channel. You don't know what you're going to see. Are we going to be rewiring a vintage Cadillac? Are we going to be doing a fuse panel on a Volkswagen, late model Volkswagen? Maybe we'll be doing a air conditioning repair in a 2022 vehicle with only 20,000 miles on it. You just never know. But one thing you can be rest assured of, we're going to work hard. We're going to put the effort in. We're going to do everything in our power to make it work. Even if someone tries to stop you from making it work, we're still going to keep going. That's just how we roll. If you're new here, I'm Jimmy, by the way. We got a beautiful morning this morning, about 73, 74 degrees. A little bit muggy though. I think it's going to be a repeat of yesterday. Fast and furious, bro. I think it's going to be a repeat of yesterday's weather. I hope it's nice where you're at. We're fixing to get winter, which is nice. Winter here is low 80s, 70s most of the time. Every once in a while you get a 50, 40 degree day, but you'll see. I'll be bragging about it. So let's finish getting this place up and I'm gonna get started. That way you don't have to just listen to me flap my gums for no reason whatsoever. Although I might do it randomly through the video. You have to stay tuned to find out. Let's do it. I cleaned most of that off, I guess not. 10mm on the other side.
But I don't know if you guys want me to be tied up on that. On what? On that. You got both these guys on each.
Well, I got other stuff. You got to take it up on me.
You got one going on there. You got one of the turbos and something else. Hang on a second.
Since it came with a pretty beat up drain plug and the one out of the original engine was no better. Look at that. That's a heck of an upgrade. Pan looks like it's got a little bit of a dent in it, but we'll just have to put a new drain plug in and see how it goes. We'll check it. Worst case scenario, we gotta change the pan. I got a 13 around here somewhere. That Jeep needs a clutch, we think. Alternator. I did set it up in here before putting the rack in, just seemed a little easier. I don't know if it was, but it seemed like it was. But holding it up and getting these bolts started from underneath, that was not easy. Come on now. Stop horsing around. We got work to do. Now, getting this bottom one, I can't see it. I think I can tighten it up here. Shallow socket barely misses it. That's better. splurge for a new oil filter. Not bad. Glad to see that. SJ stopped by, man. I really appreciate you stopping by. I didn't even think to put you on camera for a second if you wanted, but kind of busy trying to get some stuff done today. But look at this. This guy, that's awesome, man. You guys are freaking awesome. Just liking and twerking the like button, and what's the new one, hyped? But bringing Dunkin' gift cards, that's a whole nother level. I really appreciate it, SJ. Good to see you in person too. It's always nice to put a face with the online handle. Gonna get some oil in this thing. Gotta do coolant. I'm gonna fire this thing up before too much longer. Oh, getting close. Now we get to find out if the salvage engine's good. More once over, quick look around. Two ground wires go on the back cylinder head there. I got those last night, along with the one exhaust manifold bolt I couldn't get from the top. I did from underneath. I did the rack and pinion, alternator, air box, coolant tank. I got coolant, oil, got a new drain plug. I'm gonna lift it up, make sure that drain plug's not leaking before I fire it up. Then we'll hook up the battery and start this thing up. Drain plug's dry, battery's hooked up. Let's see what happens. So far, so good. Now we let it run.
That's all the money that he spent. But when they did the tires, it was because he called about a brake inspection. They recommended all the brakes. He didn't do none of it.
Alright, I paid my gear wrench guy. I got my wiper cowl on. We're gonna let it warm up. We're gonna get some 1234 YF in this thing, which I was surprised to see it takes that. So like one of the first years, 14, 15 or so. There might have been a couple before that. A couple years before that, they did it in random cars as test beds. I'm not sure. You guys tell me in the comments. I'm gonna let it run warm up. I haven't burned the manifolds off yet. I only let it run about 3 minutes before, and I wanted to check for leaks real quick before I let it run too much. Because when it's really hot, if you have to fix a leak, you burn yourself. Oh, those exhaust manifold gaskets are sharp too, by the way. You gotta be careful. Cut myself yesterday. In case people were squeamish, I didn't put it in the video. Alright, feeling pretty good. Nice and quiet, not like the other engine. Vacuum complete. Let's get some refrigerant in it, see how it works. We'll come back, see if there's an air pocket and things like that. Take it for a drive. This car goes out today, I'll hit 40 hours. Can't even tell it's running, can you? Listen to that thing. Ooh, that's nice. No air pockets. The AC's working good. I gotta put the I got the splash pans under the car still. I gotta put them up, take this thing for a drive. It's gonna be done this week. Yay! I did check the transmission fluid level, started unscrewing the plug and fluid started dripping out, put the plug back in. That was easy. Only thing left, test drive, then I'll pull it back in, one more check for leaks, and this car will be good to go. Can't even tell it's running, can you? You'll be able to tell in a second. You remember this old girl? He said, I don't want to do everything it needs. I just want to do the calipers, the master, and try to get me a brake pedal so I can make it home. So we said, all right, that's what we're going to do. 98 Chevy van. She's a cream puff. Let's get started. Master cylinder's right there. Practically falls right out. That's why it's only 0.5. It's easy. I'm going to say that's 14s and that's 14s. Huh? I think you should yank it out and see what happens.
I got like one bolt to loosen up to take off on the trans. I got all the bolts loose except for one. There's like this top corner one over here. I got the bracket for the transmission still bolted in.
That thing's like a cream puff. It's
They
really,
made it easier for the mounts and everything. You literally just unbolt that and unbolt
it looks like at this point you can just grab it and just lift it right out. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
BMW. Bring my wallet. Broken mechanical wonder. Brings me worry. There's a bunch of them. I got more, but we'll stop there. All right. Let me get my. I don't care if I lose my fluid. It's gonna make a mess. I'll just rinse it off. Got a hose under there somewhere, and we'll put the new master on. We'll put the new calipers on, and then we'll bleed some brakes, and we'll get them a pedal. It's got like almost half a brake pedal. I'm shooting for 3/4. That's my goal. Once the lines are loose, you can get to I can get to my nuts a lot easier that way. Get the lines out of the way. That's not a car. I know what you're looking for. That engine's not out there. I said yes because that's the price for it. I don't know why it doesn't want to come out. It's happy where it's at. studs on the booster are a little crooked. Nothing we can't find an ingenious and delicate way of overcoming. See if we can get some calipers on this thing. Tailgate's leaking, that's right. Ooh, look at the little baby spiders. They're everywhere. They were everywhere. I might get no spider eggs in me. Who knows what they'll do? If I got a cut they sneak into, next thing you know I got a growth and spiders hatch out of me or something. Heck with that. Now, I believe this is I grab it by sight because I know what it looks like. 3/8. This is my GM 3/8 Mac Tools Allen bit. And oh geez, look at them. They're back. I didn't get them all. These sons of guns. Jimmy's a spider killer. I don't really have a spider phobia either. I just don't want thousands of them crawling on me. Joe's really afraid of spiders. You want to freak him out? Get like a fake spider and drop it next to his ear or something while he's working. Oh my god. He'll jump out of his shorts, which nobody wants to see that. Yeah. Oh no, the steering's locked. Dang it. I'll be forced to go get a hand ratchet, you turkeys. I'll do what I gotta do. This is an 11 on the hose. Gotta get some more tools, we'll come back and continue. That fits a little better. All of that trouble for that. There's more spiders back. Alright, listen man. They're all suicidal, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, they're off. Appreciate you guys helping bump the ratchet for me. That was perfect. 11 millimeter. Let me get my new caliper out and get it all situated. And it's gonna make a little mess. I'll put a drip pan underneath it so we don't make. You can see there's not a lot of drip pan usage going on out here, but I try to do it even though the paint's already destroyed. I just don't like the thought of brake fluid dripping everywhere and making it worse. Just because someone else doesn't do it right doesn't mean you should continue not doing it right. Sometimes you gotta help these things spread themselves. Sometimes they'll spread on their own. But listen, man, it was all going really well. Then I started bragging about how easy stuff will come out, and I paid a price. That's all right. don't stick these in the box full of brake fluid either. I try to dump the brake fluid out so they don't make a big mess when they're being transported or sitting in the auto parts store core section and that kind of thing. We are reusing the pads, nothing wrong with them either, so feeling pretty good about that. I'm going to let them have the hardware because the new caliper comes with new slide stuff. So I want to pop them out of the bracket. There we go. I always put the old banjo bolt back in the old caliper core. I've never been thanked for it, but I still do it anyway. I'm going to put a little bit of lube in my contact points for a snap it place. Even though these don't really move, they're kind of locked in with these little pins. You want to make sure those pins go back in the holes in the caliper. When they're back in, the pad will sit flush on the edge of the caliper and the bolt will fall out. That's all normal. It's supposed to happen. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry. Same thing on this pad. You can see the contact points, how rusted they are. And that's a shim. That's an anti-noise shim. Changes the frequency. I wish I could turn the wheel or something over here. Brake hose. Banjo bolt with a washer, another washer. Line up the flat of the hose with the flat of the caliper if there is one. Couple threads by hand. Couple threads with power. A large majority of people got it with my my K&N video. It's pretty funny. Only a few people got upset. Doesn't have boost, dummy. But most people get it. I'm having fun with that video. One guy said 350 horsepower. I'm gonna put that on my lawnmower. And that's the reaction I was looking for. I'll do the other side real quick. It's going to be the same thing. And then we'll start bleeding it. It'll take a minute. We'll get fluid and then air and then fluid and then air. And all of a sudden you'll start seeing at least a pretty steady stream of fluid only. You know you're getting close. Then I'll usually go up and pump the pedal. Do it some more, and by then we'll have the air out of it. Wait until you see the brake pedal we got in this old this cream puff cruiser van. Look at that brake pedal. Are you kidding me? That is good enough to send it. We got a good brake pedal. That's all we really needed today on this one. See, there's something else to do. There's a lot of people mad right now. I'm not sure what's going on. I know the BMW is not there anymore. I think it got pushed out in the grass. The Caravan is a warranty salvage engine. You might remember Joe recommended an alternator, water pump, and a belt and stuff, and they declined all that. And the alternator locked up. The belt came off. They kept driving, overheated the motor, and blew the head gaskets. But somehow it's still getting warranted. I don't know. Like a lot of things, I guess if you argue enough, you get your way. all we can do is make it work, baby. And that's what we're doing, like we did with this one. Let's see if there's something else to do today. That Chrysler 300, that was perfect, by the way. I got it sitting out front so I can check the coolant one more time, make sure it didn't have any little air bubbles or anything. That one's done. Let's find something else. Maybe we'll find another classic GM or a Chrysler to work on. Remember that song, Just Like the First Time? Better on the second time, just like the first time. Yeah, she brought her own parts again, but she brought the rest of them. So she brought the wrong fog light back again, so they're trying to find the right fog light. So, but at least we can get our headlights working. I know that much. They were going to put them in themselves, and then they realized I wasn't making it up when I said the connectors were melted. So we're going to do the connectors too. How about that? All right, we got some sweet high performance orange connectors. Orange is always better. So this goes black to red, green to yellow, and tan to blue. See, you remember that in case I need to reference back to you. Appreciate it. We're going to strip the wire back. Hopefully we get some good copper. I cut a bunch off because it's all mutilated up here. It's not doing too good. So that looks good. It's a little thin, so I'm going to double it over. Apologize if my meat hook's in the way. A lot of room to work over here. Try not to crimp your fingers when you're doing this. Make sure the wire is pushed all the way in. Now make sure it doesn't pull out. Two more of those. Green goes to the top, I can remember that. Into the process of elimination. I know there's only one left. Worst case scenario, I just call Royalty Motors. They'll know. They know a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. I was just talking to somebody about that in the comments. They're just doing their thing, man. They're good shop, good mechanics over there. But a lot of YouTube channels are a little unrealistic because they want to impress you, and so do I, but not with fake stuff or at someone else's expense or just for the sake of tooting my own horn. I don't know if that makes any sense, but this industry, there's so much gray. Everything's not black and white. Some people see it black and white, but I don't. Every repair, every customer you deal with, every mechanic you deal with, there's a lot of small nuances. You have to be able to adapt. You got to be able to do psychiatry. You got to be a little bit of an engineer sometimes, like in this case. And you got to have multiple elbows. That's the most important thing. Lots of elbows. And tiny little hands. Oh my goodness, it won't go. Come here. Thank you. This is going to come out of here. I need another little bit. Now, put a little bit of Florida heat on it. Careful next to this battery. The battery's not charging or discharged or any of that stuff, so I think we're going to be okay, but we'll put a flammable rag between us and the battery, just in case. For anyone wondering, the heat gun does have a glowing red hot element inside it, which is basically very flammable as well. So Could take the battery out of the car, but for 0.5 I'm not going to do that. Rubber biscuit in place. Plug this guy in here. Now we haven't done any diagnosis or looked at fuses. The customer just said, can you install light bulbs? I figured it was a couple days ago. And we said, sure. And then they said, I have my own light bulbs. And we said, uh-oh. And then we found out they were the wrong light bulbs. And then the sockets were melted. And the fog light was wrong. And so we put it all back together. And she took it. She came back. Now she said, can you replace my light bulbs and my sockets? And we said, sure. She said, I have my own parts. We said, okay, the fog light bulb's still wrong. But you got the right headlights and connectors, so that's done. I got to do the fog lights still, but I'm going to look and see if these lights are working. Now, you got to be curious. It's killing me. You got one fog light. That was a great guess. Just needed headlight bulbs and sockets. Let's get that fog light. Look at that guy. We're going to brighten his day right now. Didn't realize how fast I could lift the car up, did you? Now you know. A couple sevens in the tree. Get away. That's how we say it in New York, tree. Oh boy. I'm gonna bungee cord that out of my way. This is the problem, there's not... There's a little Chevy Aveo, which is basically a Daihatsu. You gotta get that 10 and that 10, and then you can get up in that little cover. I think I showed you the other day, but it's a refresher in case you didn't see that video. What are you doing? Get on the ball. Let's watch all the videos, please. Take those 10s. Oh, I need the other tool. Not gonna fit in there. It's way too big to fit up in there. A little rusty. Did I show you that yesterday inside there? I think I did, or the day before. Now you can see. Uh-oh. See it up there? That one that looks like a little ground, a bare lug ground, that doesn't go to the bulb. The blue wire is the bulb connector. There's a spring that holds it in, and it looks like this. Basically a 194 and a special socket. I hope that fixes it, because it doesn't look that old, you know. Sometimes they stay good looking, and not just because I'm the one doing it, because they've been in an enclosed capsule for a while. So let's pop this back together and see if it works. The light of my life, you give me hope to carry on. See, both of them. Now the headlights are going to work. I just got to turn the key on for that, but that's all I really wanted to check right now. This one's done. This is another one of those cars. It's got a lot of potential, but it's been through some stuff, and it doesn't start. They said the light comes on the dash, the key light. It doesn't start. So I went out to the car, full disclosure, and I looked into the key envelope they gave me. I had two keys. One's disassembled, only parts of it, and one key looks brand new. But I turned the key on and it started right up. Look at that key. That's an aftermarket key. That is not a Honda Acura key. But It starts. I don't know what they're talking about. This is here because it doesn't start. So, has TPMS issues. It's got 170,000 miles. Got a love rating of 5. It's coming up to the end of the day. Jace got his hutch. I helped him mount his hutch. Got to drill some holes in the power top. We moved our cabinets and stuff. And trying to reorganize things a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Nice hutch, huh? Beautiful toolbox. And I moved my cabinet from the corner now. The stuff that was tucked in the corner I couldn't get to easily, now it's behind here, and plenty of room for the tires and stuff. So that's my under dash creeper. You can see I don't use it, right? But I can get to my BJP1. This is my hub tamer set, so it keeps you from bending knuckles and stuff. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's got all the right spacers and stuff. Even if you use the adapters on the press, it helps you not bend parts. It was tucked in the corner, I couldn't get to it, so now I can get to it. Alright, Joe's got to put some cases back in his cabinet, but alright, let's see why this car doesn't start. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that thing, huh? Alright guys, we are closing the shop up. We're done for the day. We're done for the week. Really appreciate your company. Nice to meet you today, SJ, by the way. I really appreciate your generosity with the gift cards. A lot of you are really generous for that stuff. You don't have to do that kind of thing, but it's really appreciated when you do if you're able. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. I don't do it for that. It's just a perk of having some really appreciative viewers. Well, you guys are awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching. Torque the like button before you head out if you would. And do all the other YouTube necessities that make the algorithm happy. Because there's one thing we love around here, it's a happy algorithm. More than anything, I hope I see you in another video, because you're awesome.